Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. I am today back with another BYOP. I do have my two BYOP palettes right here. You can see that some of them, especially this one here, is looking quite empty. And it is time to fill these up. I think for the last time this year. I think the two palettes I'm going to make now are going to be the two palettes I'm going to have for the rest of November and December. I don't know if I'm going to make one like this for December. I might do like a travel BYOP or something like that instead, but these two palettes are going to be full up for the last time this year. I did do my usage for a pan yesterday, and I picked out these singles that I wanted to focus on for the rest of the year. And my original plan was to put these into these two palettes, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this separate because this is going to be like everything that I want to hit my goal on ideally. So I'm going to keep these separate, but that means that I am going to make like completely new BYOPs, and this is just going to be shadows that I want to reach for. Yeah, maybe I haven't reached for them this year yet, so maybe it's just my favorite type of shadows, that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm going to do today. But before I jump into that, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. So I think I'm going to start off with the round singles because I have the most space in this palette. So yeah, that's what I'm going to start with. I'm going to put the Cleona one to the side for now. And the first palette I'm going to go through is this one right here. This is actually the shadows that were in my Focus 15 last time. And I think I might put some of them in here. But actually, before that, I'm going to go through this and take out the shadows that I don't want to have in here anymore. And I think these two purples, I've given them some love, but I think it's time to take them out. I do like this kind of peachy shade, but I have a lot of transition shades that I'm going to reach for, so I'm going to take this one out. Just because, again, I'm just going to focus on other transition shades instead of this one. I think this matte as well, it is... oh, that's the wrong shadow. This here is such a bright, vibrant shade, and it's not very, very wintry to me, so I'm going to take that one out as well. And then for these shimmer shadows, I think I want to keep them in for the most part. Yeah, I think so. I think those are shades that I do still enjoy and I want to have in the rotation. And then out of these shadows right here, I definitely want to put this back in. This is from Shine Bestie. It's the shade Revival. I only reached for this one time, but I want to put that one back in because I do really like it. I want to play with it more. This one here is with Butterfly Nebula. I think I want to put this one in too. It's a beautiful like wintry shade to me, so I'm going to put that one back in as well. Fairy Fire. Yeah, I'm going to put that one in too. I like that shadow. I think I want to have some opportunity to play with that one more. Then we have this shadow here, which is Shoegaze, I think. Yeah, Shoegaze. I have given this a little bit of love and I have a lot of other areas that I want to focus on. So I'm going to take that one out, I think. And then this green here, I do really like. Maybe do I want to keep this one in for a little bit longer? I think so. Sorry, my camera battery died, so if the angles have changed at all, that is why. But yeah, I'm going to keep that one in. And then this shade here, I have already hit my usage goal for the year, so I'm going to keep that one out. I already got, you know, a lot of use on that one. And then the rest always is Cleona. So I'm going to put the ones that I taken out in here so they are in a palette and safe for now. And then we are gonna go ahead and start looking at the other palettes that I have. So first up is this magnetic palette right here. This has like miscellaneous kind of singles, and I'm just gonna go through and take out the shades that I want to play with. I want to play with this shade here, which is I think this is called Willow Wisp, but it's Mirror from Cleona. This is in the circle shadow that they had originally before they made it a stained glass shadow. So I want to play with that one. Anything else in here that I want to play with? I really like this shadow when I used it. Do I pull that one in maybe? I really like that shadow, but nah, I'm gonna skip that one, I think. And then everything else in here, I think I'm also gonna skip for now. Maybe not this one. This is one that I haven't tried yet. This is from Copacetic. It's the shade Long Farewell. I want to play with that one too, I think. Yeah, but other than that, I'm gonna skip over the rest. Second level, we have my Pastel Roses shadows. And honestly, there's nothing really in here that I want to play with right now. A lot of these get love anyway, and they're not my favorite shadows in my collection, so I'm going to skip over those. Then here we have my Glam Shop and then my pressed glitters from Colourpop. And in here, I don't really know if there's anything I want to play with from here either necessarily. Because I'm planning a lot of my Glam Shops already this year. And I want to give some love to other brands, so I'm going to skip over those as well. And then here we have like my last level, which has my like random depotted mostly shadows, which again, I don't know if there's anything in here necessarily that I want to reach for right now. So that is this palette done, and not bringing in too much from this. So the first palette we have out of my big Sydney Grace palette is Terra Moons, and this here is like the A2, what is it, A2OR. So I have them organized by name now. So these are the shadows that I'm going to look at first. The first one that I'm kind of looking at is this shadow. I really like this one. I think it's called Cesium, right? Yeah, Cesium. I'm going to pull that one in. I think it's a fun shadow. And I think it's a nice neutral kind of sparkly shadow that I can play with. So that one is a good like kind of wintry, Christmassy shadow too. Anything else? Maybe one of these like deeper shades. I do have a purple that I want to use, so maybe one of these like reddier shades. Maybe this one. It's quite a unique shadow. This is called Jupiter's Embrace. I think I want to pull that one in for something different. And I think other than that, I'm pretty happy with everything from here. I don't think there's anything else necessarily that I want to pull in. I do have more Terra Moons, but they're not like, they're further on in the pile, so I'm going to skip over that for now and come back to them later. But this here is my Deina shadows, which is definitely something that I want to play with because I feel like I've neglected these since I got them, to be honest. So I want to play with some of these, I think. Question is just which ones I want to pull in. There's so many beautiful shadows. Maybe this one. I think this is Mystic Moon Pie. Yeah, it is. This one I want to pull in. I think it's a beautiful, again, more cool tone shadow for winter. What else? What about this shadow? But then we have a lot of cool tone shade. This is Moonlit. Maybe this one. I think this one, Pink Flare, I think. Yeah, Pink Flare. I think I want to pull that one in as well. And then anything else from my Deina shadows. I feel like I'm drawn to this shadow here, which is called Celesta. And I think that is going to be the final shadow that I'm going to pull in. Those two together look very Christmassy. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for my Deina shadows. So the next brand we have is Shine by SD, which again, I have played with these ones a little bit, but again, not everything. So maybe there is a couple more shades in here that I want to pull in as well. Some nice like neutral shadows. This one is really beautiful. It's calling out to me. It's called Charm. I feel like that's a beautiful neutral that I can pull in. Is there anything else that I'm drawn to at the moment from here? I already have, this one is also Shine by SD, so was this one. So I have a couple Shine by SD shades in here already. I think this one here is also Shine by SD actually. No, I think that is good. There is obviously a lot of beautiful shades in here, but I want to save some room for other things too. And this is currently mainly shimmer shadows, which is fine. But yeah, I think I'm going to skip over the rest of those. And then we have here, which is my rest of my Terra Moon shadows, and then also a couple Sydney Grays at the bottom. So let's have a look at these. And let's look at the Terra Moons first. Maybe this one, because I am panning a couple of greens, and this is a different toned green than the other shadows that I have. I'm going to pull that one in for a matte, at least. Anything else? Maybe this purple is quite pretty, but I'm panning quite a few other purples. Maybe this is nice to pair with them. This is called Ultraviolet. Yeah, I think I'm going to pull that one in as well. So that one can come in. And I think other than that, Terra Moons here is done. And from these Sydney Grays, I don't think these are any that I want to pull in at the moment, so that is going to be done too. And then we have two final palettes, and that is all my other Sydney Gray shadows. So we have here the first palette, and I feel like I want to pull in some more mattes, I think. Again, question is just which ones. I think maybe like this. I don't have anything rusty like this in my current selection. This is Harvest. I think I want to pull that one in. It's a good kind of autumnal shade. Nothing else is really calling out to me at the moment from this palette. I'm gonna wait with this one, and then I'm gonna look at my final Sydney Grays palette and see what I want to pull in from here. and see if there's anything I want to play with from this palette. Maybe like some grey tones would be fun. I don't have any grey tones currently I'm panning, and they might pair fun like nicely with the shadows that I'm panning. So maybe like this shadow is quite a unique one from what I'm panning. This here is called Moon Landing. I think this one is nice. I love this shadow in general. So I'm gonna pull that one in, and then we have 2 more spots. I think maybe one of their shimmers is nice too. This one is quite pretty, but it's also, I have a lot of shimmer shades that are already in there now. Maybe one of these like pinkier shadows. I think actually this one I want to pull in as well. This here is called Truth and Beauty. That one goes nicely with that shadow too. So we have 1 more spot. I'm going to go back to the other palette again, the other Sydney Great palette, and see if there's anything from here. I think maybe one of these like pinkier tones. Maybe like one of these 2. Again, it's similar to what I have already though. Maybe this shadow. Lucky Peach. Is that too similar? Yeah, I think it is. I think maybe this one. This one is a bit more unique from the other cool tone shadows I have. This here is Dear Reader, and I think that one come in as my last one, and that is that palette done. Alright, so that again is this palette here. I think it's absolutely stunning, a very, very nice complementary palette to what I want to use at the moment, and even if I can reach for these like once or twice, that would be amazing, because I do want to get more use out of these shadows. Then the next palette we have is my Cleona singles, and same thing here. We're going to go through and take out a couple of shadows and then replace them with what I want to use. But yeah, I don't know, we'll see what I'll end up doing here. But looking at what I have in here currently, I want to take out this shadow for sure. I'm just going to take out like non-favorites, I guess, and replace them with favorites. Why is this one not wanting to come out? There we go. This is called Sculpture. I want to keep that one in. This blue though, I feel like I want to take out. The yellow tone I can keep in. Mural, sorry. I can keep in. This one I want to keep in. Same with this one. But this one here I think is time to take out as well. This is Orchard. That one can come out. Majesty I really like, but I think it's a bit too like summery for winter time now, so that one can come out. I do love Amelia, and I can say same as these 2, I really like those 2. I will take out this like more peachy shade though, and same with the next one as well, which I think is Burnt Sienna. That one can come out too. I will keep this one in, same with this one. This purple is pretty, but yeah, just not what I'm feeling at the moment, so that one can come out. This is a really nice cool tone pink, so I will keep that in even though it's not an absolute favorite. This one is a pretty pink too. I will take out this shade. I actually hit pan on this shadow, which is amazing. I've never hit pan on anything else from Cleona, but I have with this one. But I got a lot of use out of this one, obviously. So this one can come out. That is Glisten. Statue Garden can come out as well. And I do really like these 2 shades, and I think that's Ray. So those can stay in. I think that is good for that palette. So let's go through my Cleona palettes and see what I want to bring in. And again, these are also in alphabetical order. So we're going to start off with this palette right here. And these 2 shadows are super pretty. I don't think I reached for these 2 yet. But this here is called Alloy. Yeah, I want to bring that one in. And same with this one, which I think is Anagram or something like that. Amalgam, sorry. Which I'm going to bring in as well. Super pretty shadows. And again, I haven't played with them because they're my newest Cleona shadows, so that one is also coming in, but it doesn't seem to want to go into the well. There we go. Then what else do we have here? I'm just going to kind of go through row by row, see what I want to pull from. I do love these kind of bronzier tones, so maybe I want to pull in one of those 2. I think this here is called Chalice. Yeah, I think I want to pull in Chalice. I think Chandelier there as well is one that I want to pull in. So I'm going to get that from there. Yeah, I love this shadow. I'm going to pull that one in. And I think that palette is now done. And then second palette right here. What do I want to use? There's a lot of iridescence here, but I do have a lot of iridescence already that I want to reach out, so I don't want to pull too many, but possibly this one here, which is called Lux. I really love Lux, so I'm going to pull in Lux for like one iridescent like option. Anything else that is like calling my name out of these? I think the only other one is this shadow here, which right now I can't remember the name of. It is Grisaille, that's it. So I want to pull in Grisaille as well. It's a fun shadow. But yeah, other than that, I think this palette is done. Second to last one. This here is another one that I really like. I think this is ornamental. Yes, it is. This is a beautiful kind of slightly cooler toned gold. I want to pull that one in too. This one here is, oh, Renaissance. That's not the one I thought of. I thought of Palace. Is Palace in this palette? This is Palace. Let me check. Yeah, I'm going to pull in Palace as well. This is one of my favorite pinks. I love the shadow. So that one can come in. I do love Royalty as well. But again, I have a lot of other purples that I'm currently trying to use. So maybe I won't pull that one in. Maybe I will if I have space afterwards. But other than that, I think this palette, I really like all of these shades. Maybe this one, which I think is Sterling. Yeah, I want to pull in Sterling as well. It's a beautiful kind of shadow that I think I can use on an inner corner or on my lids. So that one I will pull in as well. And then let's go to the final palette and see where we sit. I don't have as many shadows here. I feel like this one, which I think is Trinket. Yeah, I think I want to pull in Trinket. But yeah, there's nothing else really from this palette either I want to pull in, I think, for now. So I'm going to go back to this palette, and I am going to pull out Royalty, which will be a bit of a mission because it's kind of in the middle of things, but it's going to be worth it because, again, I love that shadow. And there we have Royalty. Really love this one, and this one is also, of course, gonna come in. I'm gonna put it right here. And I'm gonna pull this one too because it's like a reddish shade, which is quite fun for Christmas time. This is a Rosarium. I will pull that one in. Now we have 2 more spots left, and it is difficult for sure. Okay, I think I'm done with that one. Let's go back to the other palettes. Maybe I'll pull this one, which is Estate. It's a beautiful kind of more neutral tone. Yeah, I think I will pull that one in as well. I think that's good for here, and then let's go back to that first palette again and see if there's a final shade from here that I want to pull. I know what I'm going to pull in because I love that shadow. That is this one here called Blaze, and this one I love, and I'm going to pull that one in as a final shadow. And I think there we have those palettes. And yeah, there we go. That is my Cleona palette. Also a really, really stunning one. I love how this one looks. So that is going to be that first palette, and then the second one I made is this one right here. And again, gonna love having these 2 in the rotation and get some good use out of them. Of course, they're not going to be my main focus because that other palette I first showed you is going to be my main focus to go on. But again, if I can get a head start on these for next year, that would be amazing. And then I can continue working on them next year to hit my goal in my year usage project plan. But that is going to be it for today, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this BYOP. And if you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up as always. And I will catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.